Alright, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to some more Industrial Village. Today's video is going to be a little haphazard because Bear screwed up. So, in a video that you're not going to see because it got deleted, I made a mixer. And in said mixer, which, by the way, the mixer recipe is really very simple. You just need a rotor with 3 tanks, 2 reinforced brick walls, and a pressure tube. It just needs pressure, nothing else. Basically, I grabbed a thing of plant oil from here, a thing of ethanol from here because they have the same tags. I put them in here and made biodiesel. But as a result of making that biodiesel, I made glycerol. So we have lots of drops of glycerol, and with them I gave Tamara 4 speed upgrades for her pneumatic pants. So she now has about the same speed with her Iron Woman suit as she does with her diamond armor. So now she can wear her Iron Woman armor, but she's got to take that helmet off from time to time so we can see her pretty smile. That's better. I say pretty smile when she's kind of missing a mouth. Just saying. Anyways, without trying to get myself kicked in the butt any worse, we also made some yeast culture with mushrooms. I don't think I can actually show it through there, so let's go into here, yeast culture, and you use mushrooms. It takes 4 of them and 4 buckets of water, and it makes each yeast culture, which we can then use with sugar to make ethanol. But we can also, by the way, making this first yeast, pain in the butt, because it has to be between 30 and 60 heat. Which is kind of tedious to get that thing to exactly 30 to 60 heat. But we can breed it, and I'm like to point this out for one group member in particular that I don't know if he's going to watch this video, but I'm going to point it out to him when it comes out, that if he would have taken time to read the book about yeast, it literally says right here that put the sugar in, pour the water in. It's important to note that the culture will spread when water is placed, not when sugar is added. So you put the sugar in first, then you place the water. Maybe this was the issue he was having, that the sugar wants to flow. There we go. Got it to work. It's a little finicky. That's why I'm not going to be using this. There's a way you're supposed to be able to do this automated with, dispensers and... Oh, God, now she's purple. You're supposed to be able to do this with dispensers and all that kind of stuff, but it's really a pain in the butt just to... for something we can do in a big multi-block back there. But just to get the quest done, and for anybody that actually wants to see how to do this, we're going to make ethanol the proper way for this mod, which we're going to be using rotten cherries. We need to turn this back on. And for right now, we're going to be putting the heatsink on the back because I've already picked up the chest anyways. And hopefully this doesn't take a precise temperature, which it looks like it does. So this is going to be another one of those finicky recipes where I've got to sit here and babysit it up and down. I thought this was a pressure recipe, but apparently not. Let's see. Ethanol recipe. Yeah, between 30 and 60, which is a real pain in the butt to get it to stay right at 30 to 60. As you can see, we just started putting heat in the system and we're already up to 194. And I don't know what's up with this heatsink. It is being a butt, not wanting to go on there at times. But there, that'll pull some of the heat back out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can get down to the 30 to 60 we need. We're at 70. Okay. 60. And popping that off made it jump back up. So maybe we just need to cool it. Maybe we actually don't need to give it heat. What is the ambient temperature for the game? Maybe that's a problem. Maybe the ambient temperature is higher than normal. I never checked that. So let's see if we get too low.
No, so far we're at 48.
Okay.
46,
And we've made our
45.
first bit. It takes 20 of these to get this done. So I'm using 6 rotten cherries. Then I'm going to use 3 poisonous potatoes. And then we'll use 11 rotten flesh. Because they all give us the exact same amount of 50 millibuckets. We'll give her the rest of that rotten flesh.
36, just a warning, we may have to...
Yeah, I might have to pop it in a minute. I can also just give it a little bit of heat, too.
Give it a heat.
No, we haven't hit 30 yet. We're only at 33, so I'm not going to... Alright, I got all that done. Let's throw those in.
32.
Alright, let's just...
31. Okay. That's... Whatever you did, that just put it back in its range.
Mm-hmm. I popped the heat for a second.
Aha.
Just give it a little bit of heat from the vortex tube, and that'll take care of it. Alright, so we're up to 400. There's the last poisonous potato to run. And now we'll give it that. And I'll be back with you when this gets done. Well, actually, I forgot the other part of what we did in the other video, which I may throw it up on Patreon. The whole reason why I had to trash it was I had the wrong mic, so it's going to sound like crap. I may throw it up on Patreon for Patreon members to laugh at the dumbass. I do that occasionally. But our Forester hut got up to level 2. It looks way better at level 2, but it is currently on its way to level 3. We also got our residence over here is up to level 2, and Rosie got the other residence done. She's got this one that she started on. And then we actually found, because I forgot, that when we built the university, it came with a school, which we needed to get done anyways. But rather than having a separate school, the school is placed right here. And so I have Rosie on that when she gets done with that residence out there. And we've gotten a little bit of research done around here but not a lot. We did First Aid 2, and we did Remembrance, so we can have a graveyard. We can do this one when we get our graveyard up to level 3, and it'll give us a 1% chance of our people resurrecting the next morning. I don't get it. We have this one for giving longer for the grave, but again, we need to get it up to level 3. And then Undertaker can run if we do that one. I'm not real worried about doing the graveyard. We may build one, but I may not actually go into that stuff. Then we have our combat. We did coffee. I can't remember if I showed you guys that. We also did the boiled leather and the regeneration. And I did the consume arrow thing, even though we don't have archers right now. But the big thing is we want to get into the technology. And to do that, we need to get our mine built and upgraded. And we need to get our forester upgraded to level 3. This is one of the big ones I want to get done, because then we can unlock the stone smelter. Wait a minute. Nope, stone smelter's on that one, which means I need to get the mine built. But on this one, we can do the Fletcher's hut, which I'm not worried about right now. The Fisher's hut up to level 3 to get the Sifter's hut, which would be nice to have. And that one, which is the sawmill. No, wait a minute. Workers can learn 25 more recipes. So this one unlocked the sawmill. But we got to get the forester to level 3. That's the important one, because then Tamara can stop having to do so much of the work providing for these guys, because we will have a forester cutting the wood down and a sawmill that can then make the planks. And I believe we can teach them, if they don't already know, some of the architect table recipes. We'll have to look at that when it happens, but we're getting the thing up to level 3, and then we can do that research. So we can get the sawmill.
So
now,
I can spend less time babysitting these people.
And more time babysitting me. A woman's work is never done.
No.
Okay, shoot them a little bit of heat. There we go. We're back up to 30 and let this thing run. Oh, it used all the yeast. It used more than what I thought it did, but that's fine. Like I said, we're not using this, so we'll go ahead and pop this one out. Put it in there, and that should get us the other 500 we need. And now I will pause, and we'll be right back. Okay, so ethanol has finally gotten complete. So we can go ahead and pull that out. Oh yeah, you can't do the bucket thing. There we go, not for drinking. Need to tell Junior that. There we go, we now have that taken care of. And that unlocks in the quest it unlocks the fluid mixer. As we know, I did the fluid mixer first. But we can go ahead and put both of these in the fluid mixer, which will then make us more biodiesel.
Can you pick up the fluid mixer, please?
I will, don't worry about it, but I got to get the stuff out of it first. So I got to let it keep running. I know, you want your rewards.
No.
She's stuck on quest books.
No.
Well, what other reason would you have for me to pick up the quest book? Or the mixer? Okay, put that back on.
Because I
We
didn't
can...
know that you needed to pick it up.
Yes, I need to pick it up. And I know I need to pick it up. Okay, so I think we've got most of the stuff taken care of that was lost in that episode. I did make an advanced air compressor in that episode for the quest over here. We also made the thermal compressor, which we haven't done anything with. It's just sitting right here. We'll play with that later. Let's see if this is done yet. Oh no, this thing takes forever to run all of this. So we'll go ahead and pick this up, which will get us the fluid mixer done, and then we will get this unlocked as well, which gives us everything up here except for the lubricant bucket, which we actually have very little use for, other than making these drills later, which we currently aren't making because they are for a drill we don't have. You're supposed to need it for making the speed upgrades, but the recipe for the speed upgrades doesn't have it. It's just a crafting recipe with the glycerol, which the actual quest book is wrong. I send him a message about that because it says that it's needed for the speed upgrades, but it's not. So we just need to get that finished up. We can make all kinds of speed upgrades now. We can also make bandages with this stuff, or we can just burn it for fuel. But we'll probably save it for speed upgrades if we find somewhere that we need them. So, this is going to be a quicker episode today because Bear screwed up. But we've got a bunch of the basic stuff taken care of. I'm going to go ahead and throw these in here for now. I guess I did fail to mention we can also use the biodiesel. It's all, they don't even have a bottling recipe for these apparently, but we can also use the biodiesel in the thermopneumatic plant. This is how you would make that lubricant that I'm not worried about. But we can also use it with charcoal to make plastic. So that's what I will probably end up doing with this biodiesel, which also means that instead of dealing with this oil stuff that we've been doing, we literally could just use our biodiesel from here with charcoal and make all the plastic we want. And I may end up doing that at some point now that we've made the biodiesel properly for this mod in here. I may go ahead and do that because getting oil in this pack is a rather pain in the butt. Why did that just show up red? Only one completed requirement to unlock this quest. I have no idea what in the world this is. But we'll go ahead and do it. But that gives us everything in that upper area. I can
except for the kerosene lamp.
Let her have her mixer recipe, or her mixer thing, which will unlock the biodiesel. It's everything but the kerosene lamp, which I may actually make some of those. Because they're supposed to be like the arcane lamps from Thaumcraft, if anybody's ever seen them. I hope they're not as bad for lag as what they used to be, because those things used to be terrible with that, if I remember correctly. But I may make some to put like on top of the guard towers to see if it helps keep down some of the mobs up here in the colony. but I don't know if it will or not. I've also been thinking about making some of the flood lamps and just pointing a flood lamp out in some of the more dangerous areas we have up here. But
Like putting one floodgate behind the foresters so they can flood his area
putting
back
one
there.
like right there on the back, flooding out this way might be a good idea. I can also run some regular lamp posts back here if I needed to, but I may go ahead. We might do that in the next one. Make a flood lamp and put it out there. I don't know. I asked you how he got birch and you couldn't tell me. But he's got it. I asked this a few days ago.
Oh, unless they asked for it and I'm taking it down.
Why? We might need it for something.
No,
yeah,
I'm
she's getting started with that. Anyways, let's get the hell out of here because I've already rambled for an extra 4 minutes past when I said we were going to get the hell out of here. Yes. So let's get the hell out of here. Tamara and I will get to work supplying Rosie for the other residents and make sure that this forester hut gets done, which I'm pretty sure Bentley's just about done. He's missing something. He needs more beige bricks, like 78 of them. So we'll get to work on that and get that all complete. And we will see you guys in the next one. Just for a bit of a pack update before I leave. I know. Shut up. Our next major progress is working on this stuff from there, but if you look at the progress line, we're kind of supposed to be going to space. So we're holding off on the space thing a little bit and working on getting the colony up. So besides episodes like this where we're just kind of working on pneumatic craft quests that we're not really going to do anything with, but just getting them done for the quest, like the agitator, spawn agitator and stuff up here. We played around with that in Harmonious Engineering. I'm not a mob manipulator type of person. I like to get my hands dirty and get my XP naturally by thrusting my spear deep in a skeleton's gullet. I kept it clean, ma'am. I know what you thought I was going to say, but that's not what I said. I could have set up a creeper's ass. It's a little worse. Still not what you were thinking.
Beige bricks.
Anyways, I like to be a hands-on type of guy and get my XP naturally, rather than setting up a mob spawner that kills them and I just the benefits of it. Yeah. But we may do it just to get the quest done while we're waiting for the colonists to get caught up a bit. Because I want them to get to a place where I feel they're sustainable, which means we need to get the fields done so that they can feed themselves. And I want to get some walls around it so they're
You're
protected
rambling.
from raiders. I know. I'm padding the episode. We're only at 24 minutes. We got 6 minutes to go till we hit 30. We normally do almost an hour. I'm padding.
Give me your data stick.
Oh, yeah. There you go. I also want to get walls around the place so that raiders can't kill our guys and we have less mob issues, stuff like that. Anyways, she's getting antsy. We'll get out of here. Later, guys.
Bye.